It is a legitimate concern to worry about the health of the American people. Michelle Obama has done all of us a favor by starting a conversation about nutrition. But the food labels she unveiled today are nothing more than symbolic liberalism.
We're overhauling these labels to make them easier to read and understand.
We've been ignoring government labels for 23 years. So now we're going to spend an immense amount of money on a multi-year process to rearrange the information, make it larger, and add even more that you'll never read or use, because it makes liberals feel good. It is pure symbolism.
Actually, it's not symbolic at all. It makes us liberals thinner, and that's our secret trick to living longer and then winning more elections. That's what you won't see on your food labels at home, folks.
You do need a rich fantasy.
In the crossfire tonight, Margaret Wu-Tan, who's Director of Nutrition Policy at the Center for Science and the Public Interest, and Rick Berman, Executive Director of the Center for Consumer Freedom. Rick, let me start with you. Obesity accounts for as much as $146 billion in healthcare costs in this country. And from my perspective, that makes it not just a personal issue, right? This is an issue that affects all of us, certainly as taxpayers. Don't you think there's some government responsibility to do something about this crisis?
Well, first of all, there's always been thin people and there's always been fat people. And now what you're suggesting is because we have Obamacare and the government is now saying that it's our responsibility to keep everybody healthy, they can then bootstrap themselves into telling people what to do to stay healthy.
Wait a second. Wait, this isn't a new thing. When I was a kid, the first George W. Bush, we all exercised. We had to exercise with Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is nothing new.
So exercise is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But when you start to do the things that we're now hearing from Michelle Obama, when you start to hear people saying we're going to control what you eat, as opposed to encouraging people to exercise, you're going to a bridge too far. We're either going to control the availability of foods, we're going to tax certain foods, we're going to sue people because they're selling certain foods. That's the bridge too far that the American public's not buying.
Is that just speculation, Margot, or is that what's happening?
Rick wants to make it sound like the government is going to come storming into your home and take the Doritos out of your cupboard, and that's not at all what's being proposed. What Michelle Obama announced this morning is updating a policy which went into effect under the Bush administration. It's 20 years old. Science has evolved a little bit. It's time to emphasize some nutrients, take a few off. This is tweaking with something that Americans are used to, like, and use pretty regularly.
Wait, let me just come back for a second, because the government can come storming into your home. Not
to take your Doritos.
Well, there was an Amish farmer who created a buying group very similar to the Dallas Buyers Club for whole milk. It's legal to sell whole milk, raw milk in Pennsylvania. It's not legal to take it across the border. He had some customers in Maryland. The federal government attacked his farm in order to stop him. If you look at the Dallas Buyers Club, which is up for the Oscars this coming Sunday, the whole point of the movie is, here's a guy who's about to die, who wants to take some vitamins, who's told by the FDA he can't take them because they might be dangerous for his health. And this is, the government has raw power that is different than just advice. Recently, some idiot at the FDA decided that Mimolette cheese was inappropriate, has never hurt anybody, there are no cases of bad health. That French cheese is no longer allowed in the United States. I mean, this is about raw power, not just about some list.
The kinds of nutrition policies that the First Lady is working on are things that most parents want and applaud her for. Getting junk food out of schools. Over the last 2 years, there have been more improvements to the nutritional quality of the school lunch program than in the last decade. We're already investing $15 billion a year in this nutrition program. The food should be nutritious. It's a nutrition program.
You know, at the end of the day, forgetting school lunches for a minute, what we're talking about here is whether or not it's the government or people like Margot, whose group represents some people who think that everything that put out by food companies is bad. We're talking about people who are trying to control other people's behaviors, other people's desires, other people's choices. At the end of the day, the labels are meaningless. As Newt said, these labels have been around forever. So you make the labels bigger, you make the colors a little bit different. At the end of the day, people are not responding to these labels.
That's not true.
No, wait. They're studying